Could you tell us your name, please?
Sure, Scott Williamson.
And by whom are you employed, sir?
With the City of Scottsdale, the Scottsdale Police Department.
And how long have you been a police officer in the city of Scottsdale?
Almost 24 years.
And what is your current assignment?
I am the sergeant for the crisis response team.
I want to take you back to what do your duties entail at this time?
At this time, we deal with a lot of behavioral mental health calls for service within the city that include involuntary committals, transporting to mental health facilities.
All right, sir. I want to take you back to 2015 in February,
Okay.
specifically the 18th of February, 2015. What were your duties then?
I was a patrol sergeant on what we call C shift, which is typically 11 in the morning till 9 at night.
All right, and what area of the city were you in charge of?
Pretty much from McKellips to McDonald. I had the South District. We call it District 1.
And on this particular date, around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, was there a squad of officers assigned to you?
Yes, there were.
How many were on that squad?
On that day, I don't know. Typically, a squad consists of between probably 5 and 7 officers.
All righty. So around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, approximately,
Yeah.
Were you in a patrol unit?
I was, but I was at having coffee.
All righty. And did you receive a call for service?
I did.
And what do you recall about that?
Didn't receive the call for service. The call for service was aired. They were asking for units to respond to what initially came out as a medical at the residence on Monterey.
All righty. And would that be 8526 East Monterey Way?
Correct.
So I don't know that it's that important. So how did you receive that information?
Typically what happens is dispatch would air the call. So over my portable radio, I heard that there was a call for service at that residence. That male had stated that someone was not breathing, and fire was also en route to that scene.
All righty. How long did it take you to arrive?
Within a matter of 5 minutes.
And on the way, did you receive any additional information?
Not that I recall.
Okay. At some point, did you become aware that the young lady whose house this was dead?
Yes.
And how did you receive that information?
Over the radio.
So you knew that when you got there, correct? When you arrived, if I understood you correctly, well, let me ask you, was fire already there?
Correct. There were several firefighters outside the front door.
And what about patrol officers? Do you remember if any other officers were there, or were you the first?
I believe I was the first and arrived probably about the same time as Officer Kerner.
And so when you arrived, what did you do?
Noticed that on the front lawn there were some firefighters with a white male that seemed distraught. As I walked up to the door, I could immediately smell an odor of bleach or chlorine.
And by the door, you mean the front door to the
Front
house?
door of the residence, correct?
Was the front door open?
Yes, it was.
Did you have any communication with the individual that fire was working with?
I did not. I had Officer Kerner stay with him to get his statement and be with the firefighters as well.
All right. And did you speak with the firefighters before you went into the house?
I did. A few of them, one of them had told me that 4 of them had gone in. They had placed leads on the victim and confirmed that she was deceased.
Okay. So once you learned that information, did you, was it up to you to decide what to do from that point on? With the residents, I mean.
Yes.
Okay, so what did you decide to do?
My primary role as a patrol sergeant would have been to secure the residents to make sure there were no other victims or suspects inside the house.
Okay, and how did you go about doing that?
Initially, another officer had showed up at that point, Officer Powell. He met me at the front door. We stepped within the front door, and then we methodically moved from the south side of I moved to the south side of the residence, clearing the kitchen and family room and the door to the south.
Let me take you back to your years, as an officer, training experience.
Sure.
When you go into a residence like this to clear for potential victims or suspects, are you cognizant of potentially interfering or contaminating or somehow compromising physical evidence that's in the residence?
Yes, with a situation like this, it was obvious that this was a crime scene, and that limiting the number of bodies that were in that house and to disturb anything that was in there was the priority.
Okay. How are you dressed?
In a patrol uniform.
Similar to what you have on today?
Correct.
And when had you come on duty?
That day would have been about 11 in the morning.
Alrighty. And the day before, do you recall what your shift would have been?
I'd have to know what day the event happened on. Typically, that shift is Tuesday through Friday.
So February the 18th is the day you responded.
Right.
I actually, unfortunately, don't recall the day of the week that was. Let's assume it was a Wednesday.
Okay. Yes, sir.
I'm not under oath, but let's just assume that it was a Wednesday. So the Tuesday before, would you have been on duty?
I would have.
And what time would your shift have ended?
9 o'clock at night, 9 p.m.
All righty. When you go home, do you take a shower, take a bath?
Yeah, typically.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about your uniform?
Our uniforms are typically dry cleaned.
Okay. Do you know the defendant in this case?
I do not.
You ever had any contact with him to your knowledge?
No, sir.
All right. So you you make a plan to go in. You said it was obvious, at least I think this was your words, it appeared to be a homicide scene once you entered the door, correct?
Correct.
And describe for us why you came to that conclusion.
I didn't use the word homicide, but it was a crime. It was a crime scene.
Crime scene.
Correct.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Walking in there, it was obvious with the smears that were on the ground and the blood. There were what appeared to be a substance that looked like blood and cleaning supplies smeared onto the ground, and the overwhelming smell of the bleach that was in there.
When you entered the door, where did you go within the residence?
Initially, when we walked in the door, we could see the victim to the left of us, which was to the north of the house in the hallway. My immediate focus was to the south of the home. The kitchen was wide open, so it was easier to clear any threats that were there visually, so I didn't have to go too far into the kitchen dining room area.
How close to the young lady's body did you get?
Probably within 3 feet.
All righty. What did you observe about her?
That she was fully undressed, except for a piece of cloth over her face, lying naked in the hallway, with her head pointing southeast.
And I thank you. I neglected to ask you this. This residence Did the front door basically face the south, to the south?
To the west.
Okay. Um, let me put exhibit 251, oops, on the screen. Are you able to see that?
I am, sir.
So let me, you see here where it says living room?
Yes, sir.
And let's assume this is a doorway.
Yes, sir.
Would that be where you entered?
Correct.
All right. On this particular diagram, would you agree with me that north is to the top?
Correct.
All righty. So you entered the door. You recall anything about what you observed about the living room area?
I believe I noticed some droplets of blood that were in that area.
Okay. And then you saw the victim's body in the hallway.
Correct.
And at that point, are you by yourself?
At that point, I believe Officer Powell was with me,
Okay. Where's your gun?
out of my holster and at the low ready, which means
And why was that?
at this point the house hasn't been cleared for any other threats or victims.
So what if anything, did Officer Powell do?
At that point, he covered the north side, north of the victim's body, while I walked across to the door that was to the south, checking the kitchen.
Okay. So let me scoot this up a little bit here. You see where it says kitchen?
Yes, sir.
And there is a doorway here, it appears.
Yes, sir.
Did you go to that door?
I did.
And what do you remember? Was it open, closed, locked, unlocked?
It was locked. There were 2 locks on it. Both of them were locked. I unlocked them, looked out the door.
All righty. Did you go into the garage, do you recall?
Not at that point.
All righty. Now, was Officer Powell, did he stay at the door, to your knowledge?
He did. His focus was the north hallway to make sure that nothing came in behind me while I was searching the south.
We've had some testimony that there was an Arcadia door in this kitchen dining room area that led into the backyard. Did you go out of that door at all?
I did not.
So once that you encountered the locked door, you unlocked it, correct?
I did.
There were 2 locks.
Correct.
What did you do next?
I had trouble relocking them. Typically, I would leave it the way that I had found it. But I had trouble locking it. I don't recall why. But I left it unlocked and then went back to meet with Officer Powell.
And was he still near the doorway?
Correct.
What do the 2 of you do then?
At that point, I believe Officer Van Wielde had arrived on scene, and the 3 of us started to move north through the home.
Okay. So north through the hallway where Allison's body was found, correct?
Yes, sir.
And describe how the 3 of you, first of all, what efforts did you make to avoid any of the physical evidence that you observed?
Objection leading.
If you could rephrase, please.
As the 3 of you are proceeding through the hallway, are you being cognizant of anything?
Yes.
What?
The fact that there was evidence everywhere and that we didn't want to disturb it.
Okay. And so describe how you went about clearing the rest of the residence.
We stayed predominantly to the west on the left side of the hallway and then cleared the bedrooms clockwise.
Did you enter yourself a particular bedroom?
I don't recall whether I entered the guest bedrooms or the office. I am for sure certain that I entered the master bedroom.
All righty. Which is up here on the upper right-hand corner, correct? Your Honor, we have a stipulation to the introduction of Exhibit 249.
And that's correct. No objection?
Objection.
It's ordered admitting Exhibit 249 into evidence.
You mentioned you went into the, you specifically recall going into the master bedroom. Did you also go into the master bathroom?
I did.
And did you discover there was a doorway in that bathroom?
I did.
And where did it lead?
To the backyard.
Did you open that door?
I did. I unlocked it and opened it.
So it was locked when you arrived, correct? Did you enter into the backyard?
I did.
What did you do, if anything, in the backyard?
We visually cleared the backyard to make sure that there were no other victims or suspects in the backyard by moving through the backyard to the south.
And did you venture into the alleyway yourself?
I did not.
Are both the other officers with you in the backyard?
They are.
Did you observe where they went?
Up the back alleyway.
Okay. Where did you go?
I returned to the master bathroom to close the door and secure it the way that I had found it and to exit through the front door.
While you were in the backyard, did you happen to look into the swimming pool?
I did.
Did you see anything that caught your attention?
Yeah, there seemed to be a small mat of some sort or a piece of carpet that was in the north side of the pool.
Showing you Exhibit 249. Do you see the doorway that you entered into the backyard?
I do.
Is that this door here where I'm pointing?
Correct, with the bag on it.
All right. And again, you had to unlock it when you went out.
Correct.
And then you locked it again when you came back in.
Correct.
Showing you Exhibit 50, which is already in evidence. Do you have a recollection of what we are looking at here?
The carport.
Is this off of the back porch?
It is.
Do you see the gate there?
I do.
Do you recall whether or not you entered the area where the car seems to be located?
Yes.
And what did you do while you were in there?
Walked a 360 around the vehicle and then came back out just to look inside the vehicle to see if there was anything or anyone inside.
And did you enter the car itself?
No,
You see this door here?
I do.
Do you recognize that doorway?
I do. That's the one that leads from the laundry room into the kitchen in the main house.
After you came back into the residence, did you go back out the front door?
I did.
And what did you do next?
That point, I had officers start setting up crime scene tape, the red tape for the inner perimeter, and then yellow tape to block off the streets.
Okay, what about the alleyway?
I don't specifically remember doing it or ordering someone to do it, but it would have been.
I think I asked you this already, but just in case I didn't. When you entered the garage, you said you looked into the car, correct? You didn't enter it, is that right?
Correct.
You didn't touch it.
No, sir.
While you were in the home, inside the residence, other than the doors that you unlocked, and then tried to either closed up again and relock the locks, did you touch anything?
No, sir.
That's all the questions I have, Your Honor.